All the days are the same to me. All right. Good, good. I'm trying to get something back open here to get into. All right. All right. Anybody, this is the first time on Get Set Up? Is everybody a veteran? Anybody first time class? No? No? Good, good. I always love to see your faces if you can. I know we have bad hair days some days, but no one's judging. We're just here to learn. It's always fun to see each other. It's not a beauty platform.
Contest.
It's not a beauty contest, right? We're all winners. We're alive, breathing, and here, and so it makes it good. Excellent. And I don't have you on full screen. You're like small little pictures, so nobody, it's not that big. I know. We all have a sense of vanity to ourselves, don't we? We all do.
Thank God for that.
Yes. I'm still trying to get my notes up here since my computer decided to start all over a couple of times. Let's see if I got anything in there. All right, great. All right. Well, in Get Set Up is a unique platform because you get to learn online. We have live instructors, a lot of great guides or instructors, lots of classes. We encourage you to take as many classes as you want, as many times as you want. Sometimes you get something the second, third time around. You can also get a recording of the class if you email help@getsetup.io. Our TA will probably throw that in the chat notes for you there. Let's see if I think this is the one I want. Yes. All right, I'm getting there. Very good, very good. All right, so this class that I'm going to teach you is about how to use Evernote. Is that what you guys signed up for? Is that the class that you're hoping to get today?
Yes.
Okay, good, good.
The last time I saw it, I only got part of the other time, so I signed up again fresh. But since then, I have tried to use it a little, and I don't understand what is Swift Key.
Swift Key?
Does that show up on yours?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know where it came from then. It shows up on mine. I go, I don't know what Swift Key. I thought it was part of Evernote.
Not sure what that is, huh?
Okay, never mind.
We'll try to look for that. Okay, I think I'm ready to jump in here. Let's see, I'm checking chat. Yeah, Max is there. Okay, good. So do any of you use Evernote already? So Kathleen's been using it a little bit. Anybody else using Evernote yet? Have you?
No, I've had it as an app for about a year, and I kind of stalled out, and I'm ready to try to get back. I did a little bit earlier today, and it seems to at least take my input, and I'm ready to learn more.
Okay, good, good. All right, good. So you
took a class before, and I guess a week or two ago, and I've started using it, but I have a lot of questions and security concerns also.
Okay, good. We'll get into some of that. Excellent. That's good background. Anybody else been using it at all? Kind of dabbled in it at all, or installed it, tried it? All right, that's fine. We'll get going. Can you see my slides?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Let's jump into this. Let me go full slide here. All right, I'm in Tampa, Florida. I love learning and teaching, and I love lifelong learners. That's what you guys are. As long as we're alive, we keep learning. I think learning should be fun and easy to do, so I keep teaching. That's what I do. I don't get paid to support or endorse any of these products. I've just used Evernote a lot of years. I think it's a good tool, and so I want to help you learn how to use that better. So here's what we're going to cover: how to create your account, how to set up and organize notebooks, how to create notes, how to curate notes, how to kind of get things from other places and put them into Evernote, and then some other features related to the program, and definitely answer any specific questions you may have as we go along. So what is Evernote? I describe it as your own digital file cabinet. That's what I call it. And you picture a physical file cabinet. A file cabinet's really only good if you keep it organized, right? If a file cabinet turns into just kind of a junk drawer of where you throw everything, that's really not that helpful. It's just going to become a collection of a bunch of mess. And it's not organized. It's not easy to use. You're not even really wanting to go look at it again because you just kind of put stuff in, but you never get anything out of it. But the real value of any filing system is that it's easy to file, easy to retrieve. And so that's what Evernote is. Like I said, I've been using it for probably 20, 30 years, and it's really a great tool. And I want to show you some tips and tricks on how to use it. You may be thinking, how would be some practical uses for it? Here's a short yet not exhaustive list of it. Got 18 things on here that you could possibly doing. And to-do list, shopping, grocery list, travel plans. You could plan your whole travel list in here, do inventory of certain items that you want to keep up with. If you want to know the replacement or refill items and take a picture of it, some examples of that would be like your air filters, something you have to buy periodically and you never remember the size of it. And you're like, what in the world is that? Kind of have that in your Evernote pocket file, if you will. People to contact, repairs to do, items you need to buy. You could use it for capturing your receipts. You could take pictures with Evernote and keep pictures of receipts, billing statements, confirmation emails. A lot of those thermal receipts, they'll fade over time. And by the time you have to go use it, you can't even read it anymore. So if you take a picture of it right when you get it, most stores will honor a photo of that receipt and not worry about you having the physical receipt anymore. Recipes, you can keep track of recipes in there. You can clip web articles as you read the web articles. Those you can do that. I read a lot of articles online and I file them away in notebooks. So let's say I have a category like online learning. I have something on fitness. I have something on recipes, and I find articles. Just remember the old days, you'd clip something out and you kind of put it somewhere, you put it in a recipe book or something like that. This is because so much of what we have is digital. It just gives you a place to put it digitally so that you can find it again. So it's really about an easy way to save it and an easy way to retrieve it. You can also do business, photograph business cards, create checklists, use it to create notes. As I know people are learning, somebody was telling me they were learning new languages and they were using Evernote to keep track of the notes from their classes. Maybe you use Evernote to keep notes of all your Get Set Up classes. So you have a place to go back to and say, here's all my class notes from all the classes I've taken. You can be doing some research. You can use Evernote to do audio recordings if you want to record somebody talking. And as we age, our health records, those are important to have and be able to access those. So you can file all that in there. So anybody have other ideas they would use Evernote for?
Under the audio recordings, how does that work? How do you do it? Does Evernote do the recording or what?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'll try to show you that again. Make sure if it gets late in the class and I haven't covered it, bring it back up again. I'll make a note myself. I'll make myself.
Is it all these features in the free version or?
Yeah, all of these are. Yep, all of these are in the free version. Yep, that I'm showing you here. Yep. All right, good. So lots of ways to use it, but it's got to be easy to use or you won't use it, right? It's like anything else. It's got to be easy to use or it's just we won't bother. Now, I want to let you know that you can have one account and they have a free account. I'll get into the different accounts they have. They have a free account. And I always encourage people to start with the free account because it's free. And then you can prove to see if it's worthwhile or not before you give them any money. But with one account, you can access it from any of your devices. So your computer, tablet, or an iPad, or your phone. And that's the beauty of it, is that it's accessible on the different devices, all with the same account. So I can see my list and my files, my notes on whatever device I'm on. But obviously, because of this difference in the screen size, it's easiest to manage all of your content if you're going to really spend some time kind of moving files around and creating notebooks and all of that. If you want to get into that side of it, I would do that on my computer just because it's a bigger screen. It's easier to work on because it's a bigger screen. On the tablet and iPad and the phone, smaller screens, so they're really good for capturing content and retrieving it. So, you can take pictures with those devices. You can type, and you can type in there your notes, real quick notes. You can create quick lists if you want to. Even as I read articles, I can save them from my tablet and my phone right into Evernote, and then it's really easy to retrieve. I can search or just go look for notebooks and pull them up. So just understand you can get to it on the different devices, but because of the size of the screen, it varies the experience a little bit, obviously, because of that. All right, here's what we want to learn. As I said, we're going to cover all of those features. So to create a free Evernote account, you can go on your computer to evernote.com and create a free account. And you could do it from your phone, but I would recommend doing it from the computer. All right, they have 3 different levels of service. They have a free one where you can sync up to 2 devices. So what that means is if you use your computer and your phone predominantly, you can have it set up so that your information is available on both those devices. But if you used a tablet or an iPad and a phone and a computer and you wanted all three of them, then you'd have to jump up to the next level, which you can be on unlimited devices. The 2-device limit on the free, you can bounce around. So if you say, for right now, this month, I want it to be my computer and my phone, and next month I want it to be my iPad and my phone, you can switch that around, and it doesn't, you only have it, you can only be accessible on 2 at a time. You can switch what 2 they are anytime you want. Okay.
You say be accessible, does that mean, so I was looking at it on my Windows computer, and I've looked at it on my iPhone.
Okay.
So now if I wanted to pick up my iPad and see how it looks on here, what do I have to do?
Well, you could try to log in and it would tell you, you have the free version?
Actually, I have the premium.
Oh, okay. So all you do is install Evernote on your iPad and then log in with the same username and password, and you'll see it all.
And then it'll let me be on this one?
Yeah. With the premium, you can be on as many devices as you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're only limited on the free version to be on 2.
Kevin, when you download it, do you have to download a desktop app or web browser?
Great question. So on the computer, they have both options. You could use it through the browser, any browser you use, just go to evernote.com, or you could download Evernote as a native app on the computer. They work a little different, but it's your choice, whatever one you want, whatever you prefer.
That's another thing I'm confused on, because one time I was looking at it and it says you're on the web version, and another time I was trying to go to the little icon on my desktop and click that. So I have 2 different ones on my desktop then?
Yes, if you've downloaded the app on your desktop, then yeah, you have access in 2 different ways. Yeah, probably the downloaded app would be better than the web version, but you still access the same information. It's just whatever one you prefer.
It syncs itself together. I don't have.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's all synced. Yeah. Yep. Well, Alexa thinks I asked for the weather. I don't know why she's talking to me right now. I'm sorry. Do your devices do that to you? You say something and they think they heard you and they start telling you information you don't care about. All right. Any questions on the accounts? So there's this limitation here of note size and how much you can do a month on upload. I never had that problem when I was using the free version. I pay for the premium version. The 2 big things probably between the free and the premium is how many devices you can be on, and if you only use 2, then you're fine. But the other thing would be you can actually email yourself notes from email with the paid version. You can't do that with the free version. I don't know, that may or may not be a need to you, but that's there.
Can you say that again?
So with premium, they give you an email address that you could forward emails to from any email, and it would automatically insert it into your Evernote account. So it's another way to get content into your Evernote account just by emailing to yourself. Does that make sense? So like if
no, but if you if you show it while you're doing it.
Yeah, so here's an example. Let's say I get an email which is a receipt from something I bought. Let's say I bought some patio furniture and I got a receipt in my email, and I wanted to put that email receipt into my Evernote notebook called Receipts. Well, I could, download it as a PDF, and I can upload it back into Evernote as a PDF into that, or I could just click on from that email receipt, just forward and then copy and paste in my Evernote email address that they give me, and it'll automatically send that receipt to my Evernote account, and I can put it into my receipts notebook.
Now I understand.
Yeah. Okay, good. The more specific and practical, clear it gets, for sure. Yes. Okay. So that's what those are again, but I would just encourage, start with the free one. Just, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't cost you anything. Okay, let's set up some notebooks. So when you go into Evernote, and I'll share some screens in a minute, but I want you to understand the concept of this. So it's pretty simple. Evernote is organized with notes. And a note would be anything you wanted it to be. It could be a note that you type up. It could be an image that you took. It could be an outline. It could be a checklist. It could be a table. It could be an email. It could be an audio file. All of those are unique notes. And you can imagine at some point, if you just kept throwing notes in there, it'd be like that example I gave before of just a note, a file cabinet just becoming this collection drawer of all these files and then not organized. But you can organize those notes into notebooks. In a notebook, you can create as many notebooks as you want, and then you can put the notes into notebooks. All right. And obviously a note can only be in one notebook at a time. You could copy a note and put it in more than one, but they're distinct notes then, they're not the same note. And then you just organize your notebooks however you want. You can then, when you get so many notebooks that you need to kind of group them together, you can create a stack of notebooks. So in this example, I've got notebooks, baseball, football, and soccer. And let's see if I can show you this. All right, you can see here, I've got baseball, football, and soccer right in here. But then I created a stack called sports. And then I put those 3 notebooks inside that stack. So family, personal, baseball, football, soccer, work, those were all notebooks. And this is an example of one stack called sports. Okay. So notes, notebooks, and stacks. That's kind of how the organization works. Then it gets down to how you want to customize that, how you want to set that up for yourself. It's a little tricky at first if you don't have a lot of content, because it's like, well, I don't know what I'm going to put in it. Sometimes people start putting notes in there and then they start creating notebooks because that makes more sense to them. But some people are really, can think ahead and plan ahead, and they know what they're going to be putting in there, and they can set up their notebooks in advance, however you want to do it. But let me give you some examples of organization examples. This whole inbox thing is a kind of a organizational strategy, because sometimes you will get a note or you'll create a note and you will not have time to kind of decide where it goes. So it becomes kind of like this inbox where you just kind of throw it in there first, and the idea is that you're going to go back and you're going to sort through that inbox later and put everything in its right place. Now, if you're super organized and you don't need an inbox, that's great. But if you're going on the fly and you don't always have time to organize right then I would suggest you create a notebook called Inbox, and you put things in there. All right, and then below that, in this example, I created this is 3 separate examples, so they're separated in vertical lines here. So I've got a personal notebook, or I put personal notes, a work notebook, a hobby notebook, and a resources notebook. Whatever you want to call them, you call them whatever you want. This middle example here, this one I created some stacks. So I would have a to-do stack, which would have notebooks, or have notebooks underneath it that would be like personal to-dos, work to-dos, hobby to-dos, if I wanted to get to that level. Same with resources, same with archives. The whole archive idea, it's not something I do, but some people are really big if they do projects quite a bit and they're done with a project of notebooks, they kind of throw those in archive. They don't want to delete them, but they kind of want them out of the way so they don't have to look at them all the time. They can go into them if they need to, but they kind of tuck them away so they don't have to deal with them. This third example is a stack by projects, by people, by resources. Again, you get as creative as you want, but make it simple. I mean, it's got to be easy for you to use. It's got to make sense to you and organized your way. Anybody have an organization approach that they would take or that they've used somewhere that they would share? Kevin, we're not organized.
Well, no, but are you going to show us how to make these folders?
Yes. Let's do that. Let's jump over and look at the app. So let me go open up Evernote over here.
I have one quick question.
Yeah, sure.
I'm very anal, so I organize everything.
Okay.
And so my PC is, I can find anything on my PC and in my emails. But lots of times I'm out and I have my phone. On the Google Drive, I can't find anything. I don't understand Google Drive at all. I can't sync my files from my PC to Google Drive. I got to start finding YouTubes how to do that, because that's a whole other issue. So what I do is I email any documents that I want to be able to see on the phone. I send it to myself, and then I save it to, there's a little thing that says files, save to files.
Yeah.
And then that's where I have everything that I might need. That's my system. And it's not a good system. So this sounds, but it's available offline. So my question is this available offline? If you don't have internet, can I see these things?
Well, it's really cloud-based. I mean, if you had it already on your screen, you could use it offline that way. You can always create stuff offline, from scratch. But if you didn't have internet, then you wouldn't be able to search and get new things that are already out there. But
would you have access to what you've already put there?
Well, it doesn't really save any of it on your phone, so it's not taking up any space on your phone. But it's like your files that you're using with iCloud. You wouldn't have access to those without internet either.
Right. So it doesn't. Okay.
But you can use the app. I mean, whatever's in the app at the time, you can use that. But if you were going to go look for something new, so what I'm saying is you could create new notes offline for sure.
Okay.
You could do that. You don't have to have internet to create a note because it's basically a blank screen and you're creating new content. That you can do offline.
Okay.
The other thing with your files, just so you know, with iCloud, that's using up your iCloud space too, which Apple wants to keep charging you for after you fill it up. Right. Okay. So in this case, yeah, you could email those records to your Evernote account, or you could manually put them in there yourself. So let me share my screen here with you for Evernote. All right, you guys see this? You're seeing the Evernote screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm doing this through the browser. So log in here, and it's going to log me into my sample account. Okay. When I started using this 20-some years ago, they didn't have this homepage. They have this nice homepage now where you can customize it with your image, and they have the most recent things you've done. All of that's on here. I never had that before. Now, over here in the menu, on the left side is the menu, and you can come up and you can search. It has a pretty good search filter. It'll search not just the title of your notes, but it'll search what's inside your notes as well, which is pretty nice. So you can find things real easily that way. We're going to get into creating new notes in a minute, but let's set up some notebooks first, okay? We're on the home page. There's a shortcut piece here. You can create shortcut links to certain notes or notebooks if you want to go there. That's all customizable. I have 50 notes in here right now. When I click on the 50 notes, they show up over here. They have a couple different views I can have. Okay, enough with all the notes here. So the way this is set up, when I look at a note, when I click, there's a list of the 50 notes in here. When I click on one, it shows me the content of the note over here on this right side. See how that works? Like this is an article and it shows the content over here. And you can sort this any way you want. I have it by date updated. You can filter by different things, and you can decide how you want it to look as cards or snippets or side list or top list. The top list looks like this, where the notes are on top. You customize that any way you want. Here's cards, right? All these different cards.
It's a snippet.
What's that? Snippet?
Snippet.
That's what I usually leave it on, is snippets.
What is a snippet though?
It's just a little bit of the beginning of the article, of the note on top.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a preview. The preview is probably a good word for it. Yeah. Carol, you have another question?
Yeah. Do you categorize the keyword? Do you need to have a keyword for it to find it?
No.
Do you need to?
No.
It will find it.
Yeah. We'll get into search in a minute, but you don't have to do keywords. You can do tags in here, but if you might like tags because you understand tags or keywords, but I don't even use tags, and I'm fine without it, but it does have that ability. All right, so those are the notes. Now the notebooks, okay? Here's the notebook screen, and you can expand this. So in mine, I've created an inbox, and I've made my inbox the default box. The reason I put the hashtag in front of it is because it alphabetizes this list automatically, and it puts it on top for me, so it always keeps it on top. That's why I did that. Otherwise, if I just did inbox, it would be down here between get set up classes and jokes, and it'd be kind of lost a little bit in the list. So the hashtag puts it on top. The 12 tells me how many notes are inside that notebook. So if I click on that notebook, it shows me the 12 notes that are in there. If I click on this, it tells me it shows me the article or the note that's in there. Okay. So I've got inbox, I've got family, I've got get set up classes, jokes, and then I did this stack. This stack has those sports notes in it, notebooks in it. and I can collapse that stack, and I've created a personal, recipe, sports, Super Bowl, work, and you can do a new notebook. So let's click on notebooks up here. I can click this plus next to notebooks, or I can click this green new notebook here. So let's click the notebooks, and when you click on the main header of notebooks, it shows you all your notebooks in this kind of management view here. And you see these little triangles here. You can expand and collapse these just so they're easier to look at. So let's say under, under personal, let's say I want to create a new notebook. Okay, so let's do notebook, and let's call this travel. Okay, I want a travel notebook. So I call it travel, create it, and it's going to put it in there alphabetically. Obviously, there's no notes in there. That's what the 0 says. I have a couple options over here. Editing. I can add a new note to it. I can share that notebook with somebody. By default, everything you create is just viewable to you. It's not viewable to anybody else. It's just viewable to you. And then you decide what you want to share with other people. Okay. You can rename it. You can delete it. You can add it to a shortcut. You can only set one as your default notebook. That's the one that pops up when you create a new note. And I've created my inbox as my default, but you can create whatever one you want to be your inbox or your default. And then you can create a stack if you wanted to. I've only got one stack, so that's there. Okay, so that's how easy it is to create a notebook. All right, and you can add these and change these and move these around. And even when you have notes in a notebook, this is kind of interesting. So like here's my inbox. I've got 12 things in here. So let's see, like this meal planning note. I could drag this down. I'll click and drag it down and put it into recipes. Just do it that way. It makes it really easy to move the notes around from this view. Okay. Here's a to-do. I click and hold down. I want to put that in personal, let's say. Oh, where's personal? That's family. Do I have a personal? Yeah, there it is, personal. And I put it in there, and now it's inside the personal. I dropped it into there. There's the to-do. And in this view, you can always click on the note, and it opens it up and shows it to you. Okay. So pretty clear on how to create notes. It's real easy to do. You click on the main heading here. It gives you this total view. You can create new notebooks here. You can rename them, move them around. You can drag notes around that are in it. All right, so set that up how you want, and then you have a place to put your notes. And like I said, you can have notes in here and then say, oh, I need to create a new notebook, create the new notebook, and then drag those notes back into the new notebook and move it around later. That's fine. Feel confident on the notebooks? All right, now let's talk about creating notes. Okay, so now we want to create some notes. So I'm going to click on the green new note, and it's going to open up it takes me to the notes section. So I've got the preview of all my recent notes. And over here on the right, I've got a blank note screen. It looks very similar to like a word processor. So this would be one if I was going to just type something in. So let's say I'm doing how to use Evernote, get set up class. Okay, so I title it that way, and I can come down here and I can keep typing. I can, let's say, create account, create notebooks, add notes. Okay, so I do that. I could come back and I can highlight that and I can make them bold. I've got some other note things in here I can do. I can make it a numbered list, right? I can make it a checklist. And when you check it off, it kind of marks it out, which is kind of nice. And I can even drag these orders around. If you wanted to reorder them, you can do that. So it's just, you have full control over what you want to do with your notes in here. Now, some other things you can do, come down here below, and you see this blue plus sign. This opens up a lot of new options as well. So I could insert a table, a divider. I can attach a document from my computer. I could get a photo from my computer. I could create a checkbox. I could attach a Google Drive file. I could even sketch. When you click sketch, it opens this up, and I can draw a picture of a nice lady in a dress, and want to put that inside my document. So I say done, and it inserts that image in there. So you can draw pictures too and do that. If I wanted to insert an image, I could click on photo, and let's find here's some stairs, a picture of stairs that I have on my computer, and it's going to insert that on my note down at the bottom. There it is. And I can resize this if I want, do what I want with these things. Pretty simple, right? Now up at the top here, by default, this was my default notebook. So I want to put this, let's say, in a different notebook. So I click on Move Note, and then these are my notebooks. I want to put it in my Get Set Up Classes notebook. So I click on that, move, and now at the top, oops, let's go back to it. Where'd you go? What am I filtered by here? Where did that thing go? Oh, we're still in inbox. Okay, Get Set Up. Let's go to all notes. Filter this by. All right, here we go. So now it's in the Get Set Up Classes. See that? At the top is the notebook. It tells you what notebook it's in. I'm looking at all notebooks or all notes here, and the most recent one I did is on top, and it tells me. So if I click on this one, it tells me that one's in the personal notebook. This meal planning one's in recipes. That one's in family. If you want to change it, I can click on move. I can move it to recipes, hit move, and now it's in recipes. Okay. I could also go to the notebooks here, look at recipes, and it's going to be in there too.
And Kevin, the one you're doing right now is the desktop version. Is that right?
No, this is actually the web version.
Oh, you're in the web version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty similar, but a little different. Yeah, pretty similar though.
Can you copy from one notebook to another if you have an item in one? You said you can move it, but can you copy it also?
Yeah, so you have, so in that one, what I would do is I'd go into the notebooks view, and let's say I've got let's say I want this weekly planner to go into recipes also, let's say, but you want to keep it here too, you're saying, you want it in both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in this case, you need to do a copy to or duplicate, right? Do a duplicate. Now it says copy of up here, and now I can drag that down to recipes.
And can you insert photos from Google Photos?
Yes. Yeah.
Question. When I'm using the app, are these features available?
On the computer? Let's see. I think I've got the app on my computer. Let me check to see real quick. Let me see if yeah. All right. I'm opening that up, and then we're going to see. And now I'm on a Mac. Obviously, it could be a little different from a Mac to a PC. Let's stop sharing that one. Let's find out. It's opening up over here. Okay. Okay. This is in my. I've got my app going to my personal one. I'll share a little bit of this with you. No. Okay, let me share this. Share and Evernote. All right, now I'm looking at the app. Can you see it? Did it open up?
Yes. Yes.
It says Evernote. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. So again, it should look similar. I mean, this is a different account because this is my personal account, but let me show you. You will see I have almost 4,000 notes in here, but I've been using this for a long time, and I've got some sample ones up here at the top. And then under my notebooks, this gets crazy. I don't know how many notebooks I have. I got quite a few notebooks, and I've created a lot of stacks because I had so many notebooks, and the stacks really help you get organized when you get a lot of notebooks. So let's say like fitness stack, right? There's a fitness and a get fit in there. This graphics video has several notebooks in it, and you can click on communications, and then there's 72 notes in here. And you can make this, this has got a black background. You can adjust your settings if you want a white background or black background. That's how it. So it it looks very similar to the other one, right? To the web version. When you click on a note, and up here on the right side, it tells you what notebook it's in, and I can change what notebook I want to put it in. It looks, to me, it's pretty much the same.
Kevin, let me ask you this. I'm looking at my app right now, okay?
Yeah.
And the page has, it says up at the top left, first notebook.
Okay.
In other words, I haven't created a notebook yet that I know of. So what does that really mean?
I think they put that in there first, just to get you started. Right? Is it in your notebooks over here? It's in this notebook section.
Yeah, and then it says go to notebook.
Okay. Yeah. So
And
you could, and you don't have any notes in those, right? There's nothing there.
well, it appears that whatever I put in, like I put some things in on a today list for today and tomorrow, and I think it created. It thinks all that went into the first notebook, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah. It has to have somewhere to put it, so it created one initially. So you can create your own and move them out of that one and delete that notebook if you want when it's empty, just so you get back to what you want.
Well, how do I go to what I would call a second notebook to help me there?
Yeah, so click on notebooks, the main notebook part, and you should get the notebook screen on the right. Yours is going to be a lot smaller because you're going to have 2 notebooks in there, I think, right?
Well, I see where it says first notebook.
Okay, all right. And do you see a new notebook on the top right?
No, but I see there's looks like there are 3 choices. There's like a person with a plus sign, and I don't know, it's a house or something with a house plus, and then 3 dots.
You're in the notebook section.
I guess I am. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Make sure you clicked on the notebooks. So you've got, your name, search, new note, home, shortcuts, notes, and then notebooks.
Okay, I'm going to just have to play with it for a while.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the idea is you create some more notebooks, move the notes into the notebooks you want, and then when you've emptied out the notebook they created, just delete their notebook. That's what.
Say that again.
Make the notebooks that you want. So name them what you want them to be, and then take the notes that you already made that are sitting in the notebook they made. Move them over into your notebook. And then when the notebook they made is empty, just delete their notebook.
Okay. All right. I learned how to play fantasy baseball, not very well, but I've learned that stuff, so I can learn this stuff.
You sure can. You play with it. Yeah, you won't hurt. I mean, especially since you're just starting out, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can fix things and redo things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions on the notebook part or creating notes? No. All right. Let me see what else Yeah, go ahead.
How is Evernote and Notes that's on Apple? What is the difference between the two?
Yeah, good question. So there's Google Keep on your Androids. There's Apple has an app called Notes. This is just a little more robust. They're all kind of note-taking, note-keeping applications, but this one's a little more robust, and it allows you to use it across different platforms. And in other words, you could be on somebody's PC and you could look up your Evernote account and get to it. You couldn't do that with your Apple Note. You could, if you were on all Apple devices and you had your iCloud working right, you could do that. But there's a few more things. This is a little more robust, I would say. That's the big difference.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I want to also show you how to. Hopefully my phone will work here. I want to show you on the mobile device how this looks. Hopefully this will behave.
How would you get a file from your PC onto Evernote?
Okay, let's Let me do I'll do the mobile, then we'll come back and we'll do add a file and do the audio, because that was the other thing, right? A file and audio into a note. Okay. And maybe I'll even show you on the phone itself. Okay. So I'm going to the Evernote app on my phone. I'm going to open this up. I think this is going to go to my personal as well. So it opens up. And
Also, Kevin, is this version 10
of what? Of
Evernote?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I keep all mine updated.
Okay.
Are you talking about mobile or on the computer or mobile?
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying something came up. It said version 10. Do you want the latest thing update? And I said, okay, go for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, always get you're okay getting the latest updates on the software for that, for sure. Okay, so in here, I have all my notes I can see, right? I mean, obviously the screen's smaller. That's a little tricky. I can click these little 3 lines on the bottom left and I get the menu. So you can see I've been a member since 2009. So gosh, 12 years?
11 years. Yeah.
11 years?
12, yeah.
Okay, so quite a while. All my notes are in here, my almost 4,000 notes, and all my notebooks are in here. I can pull things up. So, sometimes I want something personal. I need to look up something. I can do that. But what I want to show you is creating a note. So I just click the green create a note and you get this screen and you can give it a title, GSU.
How did you get that screen right there?
Okay, let me back up. The green button at the bottom, new note.
Oh, new note, got it.
Yep, it just brings it up and you just start typing. Now you've got, give it a title, GSU class, April. It automatically dates and times all of it, so you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it just to keep it separate from other samples I do. Okay, and then I can just start typing, and I've got the little toolbar here at the bottom, just like I do for normal word processing, and the blue button that lets me do all kinds of things here. So here's where I can click on camera, and it's going to open up. I could take a picture, or I can get a picture of my camera roll. Right, so if you want to pull a picture right off your phone, you could do that, or you could take a picture.
On the view options, which view option do you use? Small, large, card?
You're talking about
viewing the notebooks, I guess.
On the phone?
Oh, so you just took a picture and now it went to your thing?
Yeah, it's on my note. See, I took a couple pictures and they're in there.
Okay.
Kevin, you have to download the Evernote on the phone too?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
What else can I put in here? I can edit and go back to my blue dot again, and I can do, I can create a table. I can do my camera and image.
Insert. How did you get the insert to show up?
Okay. See the blue plus sign? Did you see it?
I see it on yours.
Are you in the edit mode? You got to be in edit, or click on the click in there so your keyboard pops up.
So I'm going to new note.
It won't show on the title. It shows on the body of the email of the note. When my cursor's on the note and the title, it doesn't show, but when I'm down below that, it goes in there.
Oh, now I see the blue button.
Yep. So you push that and you see your choices here.
Oh, and yours is black and mine is white. That's why, okay, that was another.
Yeah, that's just a setting. A lot of apps now you can pick black or white background. It's easier on my eyes. You can do the sketch here too if you wanted to do sketching in here. You can do a picture. It has a neat thing where it kind of guesses you're doing a certain shape. Oh, that's a square. Oh, that's a circle. Oh, that's a triangle. It kind of triangles I have trouble with. But circles, it does a pretty good job of really making it nice and clean for you. And then that goes into your note. That can go in there.
Somehow I got my photos. I didn't know it could do that.
Yeah.
So Kevin,
go ahead.
So I have Evernote on my smartphone.
Yeah.
And it has taken my to-do list that I made on my laptop and it's now on my smartphone.
Yeah.
However, I have a note conflict from April 5th, and I cannot get rid of this. No matter what I do, I can't get rid of it. You're laughing, so it sounds familiar, or
well,
what?
so Evernote's trying to tell you that there's a conflict between the two devices. Is that what it's saying?
It just says note conflict, and it says view the original note. And when I do, it says note error, note edit error. Please make sure your account is synced and that this note hasn't been deleted.
Okay. Do you know the title of the note? Do you recognize what it is?
It doesn't say, no. It
Well,
doesn't even show me the actual note.
Can you delete it? We'll let you delete it.
I've done there's 2 X boxes, and when I touch, neither one deletes it completely.
Have you tried to delete it on your computer?
I don't think I have anything from, well, let's see, I shouldn't say that. No, but then I have all this other to-do stuff on that list. Maybe I need to do the list over again, huh?
Yeah, something's just out of sync. It doesn't like, every now and then that happens, and it's not common, but it could happen. Try to delete it because it'll keep giving you that message until you deal with it.
Okay, I'll just delete the list. Thank you.
I want to go back to the mobile or the web version and look at this again. There we go. This because I wanted to show you the template feature in this. So inside a new note here, and I can click this template. You see the template button? There's a lot of free templates in here. It gives you all of these for free, but gives you ideas of how you can use Evernote in all kinds of ways, and you can create your own templates, or you can use these. You can modify these. So let's say we're going to do this goal tracking one. So we click that and see what it does. This is let's give it a title. Spring 2021 goals, let's say. Okay, and I can come in here and I can start putting in things that I want in this form. And you can move this around. You can add to the columns. You can change it anything you want, right? I mean, let's say I want to make this $300 and I want to lose 1%. When I want to read 2 books, whatever you want it to be, and then you've got it. So these templates are really nice, and you can get to the templates both on any platform as well, any device you have.
Okay, another question.
Yeah.
So I have a calendar template. Does Evernote actually have a calendar function, and can I transfer Google Calendar items to Evernote calendars?
Not really, no. No, I wouldn't try to use it that way. Now, Evernote does have a reminder feature, so if you did make tasks lists in Evernote, you could put reminder notes on it, and it'll send you reminders to do those. So you could use it that way if you wanted to use it as a calendar that way. But it doesn't really have a way to sync with like a Google Calendar now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Another thing that's nice, sometimes you want to expand the note. Up here, there's this little button, expand the note. It takes you full screen, so you're looking just at that note. It kind of hides the menus and all of that, so you can really use kind of the full screen effect there.
Kevin?
Yes?
Is there a calendar function on Evernote or not?
Well, only to the extent that you could come to New Note and you could do a template, and let's search for calendar. See what they've got. They've got social media, annual calendar, monthly calendar. So let's take this monthly calendar. Let's put it in here. Let's go full screen and see what it looks like. Okay, come on. What happened? What did I just do? There it is. Okay, so you've got this. I mean, they're all here.
Oh,
you can do that, but it's not tied to anything. It's kind of static.
What do you mean? What do you mean by it's not tied to anything?
You can't link it with any other calendars. You can't. You can't do that.
Okay, so yeah, so having the Google Calendar already
Yeah.
going, I
Yeah.
almost would need to use that as well as the Evernote.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm really big about using the right tool for the right job, right? Think about your toolbox in your garage or your basement or whatever. You want to use the hammer to hit nails and you want to use a screwdriver to turn screws. Sometimes we try to make apps do more than they should, and they don't do very well. So Evernote's not really a calendar app per se. I mean, you could this might be helpful if you want to keep track of, but it's this doesn't update. It's like you got to put 2022 in manually when you get to 2022. It doesn't really update anything. And that's what's nice about like Google Calendar is you put in your wife's birthday, it's always going to be in there year after year. You don't have to keep re-entering it.
Okay.
Where this is static and you just got to kind of keep putting everything in it all the time. So that's
So
what
even a veteran like you go back and forth on those
yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use different tools for different things. Whatever the best tool is for that.
That makes me feel better.
Yes. Yeah. And there's a lot of apps that promise to do everything, but they don't. They're really only good at a few things, and that's what I use them for. Okay, so that was templates and all of that. All right, a couple other things. Back on the phone, an audio. We were going to do audio, weren't we? Somebody wanted audio. All right, where's my phone? There's my phone. Okay. So I'm in a new note, and we're going to call this one audio recording. And we're going to click on this area down here to get the blue button to pop up, and the blue button pops up. We're going to click on audio, and it wants to use my microphone. Okay, so now it's recording me talking on my phone, and my phone microphone's picking this up. I could have my headphones on and be talking, and that would be recording or picking up, somebody talking in a room. And when I'm done, I click stop, and it takes that recording and it puts it in there. You see how it put it in there? And now when I click play, microphone, okay, so now it's recording me talking on my phone, and my phone microphone's picking this up. I could have my headphones on. Pretty cool, huh? So you have a sound file there of.
Oh, Kevin, you said that you could have your earphones on?
Yeah, like your headphones, it would pick up your microphone from that, right?
How would it do that? Because you're connected to the computer?
No, on my phone. If I put my headphones on my phone.
Oh, if you put your headphones on your phone. Okay, because the other day I thought I was recording, not with Evernote, but I was watching the computer with a thing on the computer. I was listening with my headphones and I put my iPad to record.
Oh.
Well, my iPad didn't record anything because it was coming through my earphones.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you said if you put it on your phone, plug it in here, it would record even though you're hearing in here.
Right.
Could you show about inserting a file?
On the phone, or do you prefer the phone or the computer?
No, you're inserting a file into Evernote from your PC. Let's say a file that's on your PC.
Okay, so let me go.
Let's say a Word doc or an Excel spreadsheet or something.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the computer here so we can get on the right platform. Let's see this one here. Okay. All right. You can see this again. You can see my screen. All right. So let's do a new note again, right? And this is going to be inserted document. Okay. And I'm going to go to down here and I'm going to click the blue button and I want to insert an attachment. Now it's opening up my computer file, right? I'm on a Mac, so it might look different if you have a PC, but let's say I can find like a PDF. Is that okay? Will PDF work? All right, here's a PDF. Right, it could be anything. It could be a Word document, it could be Excel. I just got a PDF, okay? Whatever it is. And
how do I know it's going to your computer? How do I know it's going to your computer?
What do you mean?
Where did it give you a choice to go to your computer and where on your computer?
Okay, so when I click the plus again and I click the attachment,
yeah,
this will open. Are you on a PC?
Well, I'm looking, right now I'm on an iPad looking at this,
All
but
right, I want to apologize because what I'm sharing didn't show that my file manager popped up. I just realized that. That's why you said that, right? You didn't
Oh,
see
oh, oh.
you didn't see that step.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Let me make this. Let's move this over here and change this so you can see. I understand why you're asking that question now. I saw it happen and you didn't, and I now realize why you didn't see it happen. I wasn't sharing my whole screen. All right, so let's go back to this, share. All right. Okay, now you can see my, I'm gonna delete that. Okay, I'm on it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now I got this inserted document file or note, let's say, and I come here and I click the blue button and I click attachment and it opens up. Now you can see it, right? Now you can see my file manager.
That's
Yes?
your computer. That's your computer.
That's my computer, yeah. So if you have a PC, it's going to be your file explorer. It'll look different, obviously. And then I just clicked a file. It was a PDF. And then I open that and it grabs it and it inserts it in there. And it's pretty neat with PDFs because it'll let you actually preview them inside the document. This was, some slides or some images that I had. And then once they're in here, I can kind of, go through them and show them.
If you put a Word document in, you can't modify it.
Right, you wouldn't be able to view it, but not modify it. That's right.
Okay, and you mentioned about putting in, let's say, tasks and then having a reminder. You didn't really show, could you show how you do that?
So when we're in a note, right? This is still a note. I'll put here on the top right, these three buttons. You can come up here and you've got, let's see. You can print notes. I was going to tell you that. You can print notes. That's one thing you can do. I don't use reminders. That's my thing. Here it is down here. See this little icon at the bottom?
Yes. Yes.
It's a little, I don't know, is it a bell? Okay. And now I can say add a reminder.
Yes.
And you can say, in a week at 9 a.m., add a reminder. And then now this note has a reminder. So if you have notification turned on, it'll send a reminder. It'll let you, remind. So you can look at your reminders in your notes. You can separate them here.
Yeah,
But you would have to go into the application in order to see your reminders.
Well, if you had notifications turned on for that application, like on your phone, you would get a notification. It would let you know.
Oh, okay. You can do that. You can just set up notifications for.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. What other things? We're out of time, aren't we? Web Clipper. I want to show you this. This is a really neat feature to be able to save things from as you look at websites. This Web Clipper. It's a free download, and you can put it on any browser. So whether you use Chrome or Safari or Edge or Internet Explorer. And what it allows you to do is when you're finding web pages, you can click on the extension and it'll ask you if you want to add that to your Evernote account, and it'll grab it and put it into your Evernote account, and you can even pick the notebook that goes in. So it's really easy. You don't have to open up Evernote to do it. That's free. So what it looks like is, I'll show you real quick, back here to this. All right, so if I go to a new page here, let's just go to USA Today, see if I can find a safe article. All right, so there's one about Prince Philip. Okay, and let's say I wanted to save this article. See up here at the top, I've got Evernote little on my extension up here. It says clip to Evernote. When I click on that, it opens up. I can clip the article. I can clip the article without images. I can do the full page. I can create a bookmark that looks just kind of like that, or a whole screenshot. And I can pick which folder I want to put it in. So let's put this in, I don't know, travel. And let's do it by the article and click Save Clip. And so without having to leave the article, it's putting this in my Evernote account. Okay, so now it's in there. Now if I go look at my Evernote account, and what did I put it in? Travel?
Travel.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, also, Kevin, do you know anything about the scanning? Like if you scan a
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
with a scan,
Yeah.
snap scan, I think is what I have.
So you can use, there used to be another program called Scannable that it's still out there, but you don't need it anymore. You can do this right from Evernote now. So on your phone, let's say a new note, and we'll get a document out here. Let's say this. I've got a piece of paper here. Let me try to see if I can do this real quick. And I want to scan this document. Okay, so I click the blue plus, and let's try camera. Try scanning documents, whiteboards, visits. So I didn't have to do anything except put the camera over the document, and the document's laying on. It took the picture by itself, but you see what it did? It cleaned it up. It took out the background.
Wow.
And you can do multiple pages and put all those pages together in one scan. So you can save it, and then that document's inside my note. Yeah, so it's really, you can zoom in and see it. It does a really good job. It just uses your phone, and you just do a photo from inside your phone on Evernote. Works really good.
Kevin, I have a list of items on a to-do list, and I used check boxes. And when I completed an item, I checked it off. So I may have 10 checked off boxes. Can I delete all of those checked off boxes at once, or do I have to go back and do them individually?
Good question. Let's do this view here. Let me go back. All right, so in this view, if I have a to-do list anywhere in here. All right, so let's do a quick one. A checklist. So we're going to do milk, eggs, bread, butter.
We can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't. All right, let me stop this and share again. Thank you for telling me. I'm sharing so many things. I think it's sharing, and then it's not. You can see it now.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I've got several items here. Oops. All right, so we got that, and you marked off, let's say, these three, or they're not always in order, right? They're not always in, is that right, Pat?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So one thing, when you mouse over these, you see the little dots that pop up?
Yes.
You can click and drag the order around. So that's one thing you can do. So you can put all the done ones at the bottom or on top, whatever you wanted.
Okay.
All right, and then the other thing I can see how I highlighted them?
Yes.
And I deleted them. Just hit the backspace.
Okay. Can you do that for the last two again? Oh, okay. Bring that back.
Okay, and then what? And then do it again.
Okay. Yeah. How did you highlight them?
Can you see my cursor? I just hold down at the end of butter, and then I just drag up so they're all highlighted. And
yes.
And then I hit the delete button or backspace.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. All right. I think I got you through. I mean, there's a lot to cover. You can search
need more than an hour. We need at least 90 minutes.
Yes, right. We didn't get much into
what the Swift key thing was. I think I was putting a note in Evernote because it was a note-taking app or something for me to look at later, and it was just a reminder.
Okay.
But it keeps showing up, Swift key, Swift key. I'm thinking, what is Swift key? I said, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right.
Thought it was connected with Evernote, but it's just a note I put in Evernote.
Yeah.
This is very, very impressive. It seems very powerful, and it seems to be, for an anal person like me, I'm impressed.
Well, what I like about it, I mean, I've been around software a lot. I like simple software that works, that does something, but it's not too complicated. And I think Evernote fits in that category. It can be as powerful as you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be overwhelmingly complicated. It can be really simple too. And I like that about it. It really can be tailored to how you want to use it.
Can you show like if you wrote something and it transforms it into letters or something? Like if you hand wrote it, then it transforms it, or no? You know, like you wrote your name or you scribbled something, a handwritten note,
Yeah,
then does it type it out or what?
I don't think it does. I mean, you've got this snap to shape feature,
Oh.
but that's really,
How did you get to that?
this is under the plus sign. You can go to sketch.
Oh, under sketch. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Carol, I wanted to show you search real quick. So if I come over here, let's say we want to search, I don't know, baseball. I don't have much in here. I'm trying to find something. Oh, I gotta back my way into this a little bit. All right, how about breakfast? Okay, so here's 3, it found breakfast in the table. It wasn't even the name of the article or the name of the note. It was in the article. That's what I was trying to show you. Like if we do queen, that should show up in that article we just did, right? Because she's probably in this article somewhere. Again, it shows you queen.
Right, right. Yeah, I have things saved on my PC as bookmarks. I have them in YouTube as folders in YouTube. I have notes. They're all over the place.
Yep.
And this seems like you could put everything in one place.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't bookmark really much at all. I mean, I've got some bookmarks up here that I use, but no articles do I really bookmark. All my articles go into Evernote. Yep.
Sounds great.
And then,
Recipe box.
Bookmark if you have a bookmark on the computer, can you put that in Evernote?
You just have to copy and paste it in there. There's not an easy way to kind of transfer them that I know of.
I saw it's popped up Google Drive.
Yeah.
Where it popped up when you were passing by something.
When you click the plus here, it's one of the options on the plus.
So you can get a file from there if you wanted to.
So let me go into one of my Google accounts. You have to give it access, and then.
So it can go to Google Drive, but it wouldn't go to like, what's the one with Microsoft, OneDrive?
Yeah, it doesn't have that interface. Yeah. All right, so now there's my files.
Very impressive.
And if you put that in there, it puts there it is. And then you can it's a link to it.
I think I'll go to YouTube and look at some more videos and see if I can pick up some more ideas.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot out there for sure.
Yeah, but this is a good start. That's what I find I've seen a lot of these now. I mean, I haven't been doing it that long, these get setups, but the hour at least gives you some exposure.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You can't get a whole lot of, you can't learn the whole thing in 1 hour, but, but it's, I never knew what Evernote was, and I've always been curious. So at least it gives you a little summary of it.
Yes. Right.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'll send out notes from this class. If you guys get a chance to do any feedback and tell them what a great class it is, that's great. Invite your friends to take Get Set Up classes, and hope to see you guys again in some future classes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. It was very good.
Very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is my second class with you, and it's all good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. Glad to have you.
Thank you. I am conquering it.
Yes, you are, and you will continue to. Good.
I am.
That's
I
right.
am.
You are.
I learned from another one of your leaders. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.